Rock Radio UK.
Before I forget, because this is just going to be one of those, and I don't want to miss a thing.
You absolutely know it's that already. You knew that before you even pressed record.
Fred, are you feeling well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to bother.
yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm not going to bother asking Russ because it's obviously, he's in the festive spirit.
Yeah, just a bit. When's this going out, Dave? Just before we start.
July.
Yeah, nah, come on. It's going to be one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I will probably put it in the next magazine, not the next magazine, which comes out at Christmas time. It'll be in the January edition. So
what's
hi, I'm Dave. This is the Cyderbaby show for Rock Radio UK, and I am speaking with the reprobates that are Sons of Liberty. Hello, guys.
Oh yeah, hello.
Hi, Dave.
Hey. We've got Andy, we've got Fred, and we've got the other guy. How are you doing?
The new boy.
The new boy. I can never remember his name. I can't keep up.
Ooh.
Boom, boom, there it is.
Hello, Russ. How are you?
Hello, Dave. Very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm really well, thank you. You're looking very festive.
I am. I'm feeling very festive. It's the Christmas week. I'm ready to go. I also have a nice fresh glass of Prosecco, especially for the meeting.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. My wife will vouch that she needs alcohol to deal with me.
Yeah. Actually, I thought I'd need some to deal with you as well, Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I've only got squash, so I'm doing fine. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to go really well. I can tell. We are really here to talk about your new album.
We are.
Yes. Tell me what it's called, please, Fred.
It is called The Detail Is in the Devil.
Right. I always get that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of Russ's creative early contributions to the album. And yeah, I mean, Russ can tell you about it because he thought of it.
Come on,
Yeah.
Russ.
I mean, it's basically the devil is everything. Be it good, be it bad, it's the thing that you're talking about, the subject, and the detail is everything that is in that devil to help make your thoughts, the creativity, the song, the good, the bad, the ugly. So the detail in every devil is what creates the song, and like a world of turmoil and distress requires a bit of purity and a cry for help. Which is where all that detail is.
And we had quite a list, and we did the normal thing in the studio when we were recording, is kind of sit around the table after about 75 too many drinks and sort of throw a few ideas around, and then normally we take the sort of best ones back to Josiah in the studio the next morning and see what he thinks. And I think this one got a resounding kind of thumbs up from everybody. So yeah, good work, fella. Good work.
Yeah, well done. Did you get the look from Josiah as well on a few of those names?
Many times, yes. Not just on the song titles, on some of our playing and performances as well. Yeah, we get
Dress sense, yeah.
Yeah, dress sense, yeah. Yeah.
Well, say no more, Russ.
Yeah.
Well, what's a man supposed to do?
Exactly.
Might be a hint in that, by the way, Dave.
Oh, really? Yes, track 6, eh? I've got my notes here to the left, or rather, I've got the SoundCloud link to the left, and it's got all the tracks. I've been listening to this all day.
Thank you very much.
Oh, good.
And this album is, how can I put this? Head and shoulders above everything else you guys have released in the past. Not that any of that's been shoddy at all, I hasten to add, but this is a light years of a difference. It's not just the vocals, it's the guitar playing, it's the bass, the drums, it's everything. It's a brilliant, absolutely brilliant album, and I love it. I love it to pieces. I know everybody's talking about album of the year at the moment for 2023, but this is going to take some beating for next year's album.
Mate, thank you very much.
Thank
I mean,
you,
that's
Dave.
yeah, thank you. I mean, it's
24, by the way.
it seems to have
Whatever.
it seems to have been in production for such a long time. So it's bloody amazing for us to finally see it, you know, coming out and getting out there for people to review and find out, you know, give it to people not closely connected with the band to actually have a listen to for the first time. So so the feedback so far has been tremendous. Pre-sales for the CD and the vinyl have been absolutely amazing as well. So you know, especially at this time of year when everybody's spending their money on other things, to actually spend it on something they can't get until February next year is absolutely tremendous. So so yeah, so I think we're proud of it, and hopefully
Yeah,
everybody else will enjoy it as well.
kind of hope when you're doing something that you put so much into, and you know, it has taken a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of love and a great team around us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really hope that's going to land well, and that's the kind of exciting bit for us. Is, you know, we are close to it. We have been working on the songs for an awful long time, and you do get a bit too close to it. So you it's like Andy said, you know, you kind of want to get that. You want other people to hear it, and you want to get the reaction and engage from that. Yeah, obviously we're massively proud of it and really excited with it, but you need that how's it going to land thing, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, Russ, you're totally different from the two other Robs that have been in the band before, but vocally, you're just right up here. It's just brilliant. It's probably the best thing I've heard you record. Full stop.
Yeah, thanks, Fab. I appreciate that. It's definitely the best I've recorded. I said Josiah really got the best out of me. We had Pete Nudek help with the vocal pre-production, and that gave us a sort of idea of where we're going with some of the melody as well. But then getting in the studio with Josiah was just amazing. We had a very short amount of time, so it was really hard work. But yeah, it was great. It's the best I've ever done, and I'm so proud of it. It's
Rightly so.
phenomenal, really good, and it speaks volumes. I put a lot of passion into what I do with music. I ain't the best singer in the world, but I've got the passion that I believe comes with it, that speaks more than, you know, singing in tune, I guess.
Yeah, so exciting for us, you know, just to hear all these melodies coming out and this great voice. And yeah, I always say to I always say in interviews the same thing. You know, it's like it's being in a band with your favorite singer, and you pinch yourself because they're your singer. It's just like ridiculous. So and it means we can write amazing. Well, what we think is amazing music. It's just a joy, and live as well as in the studio. I mean, it just knocked it out of the park. But as soon as we heard those first sort of ideas that Russ
tracks,
came back with, just thought, oh wow, you know, this is incredible. This
we've been sat on tracks for probably, I don't know, 6 months in some cases, haven't we? And prior to Russ's input, and you know, desperately trying to get a finished kind of idea finalized, get something down that was going to actually be something close to the final version of the song, if you like. But yeah, I mean, you know, a couple of tracks got pinged over to Russ one afternoon, and you know, 2 hours later they came back with backing vocals and kind of different hooks and ideas kind of plastered all over the whole thing. So so it's incredibly exciting sort of period after that huge period of gestation, if you like, to suddenly get something back that you could see what it was going to be like was just tremendous. And
the thing for me as well is it's not taken away from the other guys as well, because they're totally different vocally, and great, you know, and we knew that me coming in was going to be totally different. Very different. So, you know, I'll never take it away from previous guys because they're great in their own way.
of course.
And it was always that worry of, you know, is it going to work? Are people going to accept it? Etc. And it seems to have gone down well, everything we've seen and heard. So hopefully the album will now speak for itself, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you a couple of times live now as well, as you are at the moment, and you you look like you're enjoying yourself. You look on fire. You sound on fire. And now hearing the album as well with it, I mean, I can understand why. It's just, you know, I mean, Time to Fly was a brilliant first single. It got everybody going, everybody buzzing, and Turn This Tide as well. It's just a brilliant song. I mean, we can mention the next single because
We
it's not.
can.
We can, yeah. Go on.
We can, yeah. The next single will be Light the Fuse,
Right.
which you will have heard as well live.
Yes.
And I have to mention that the video is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
Andy Pilkington at Very Metal has pulled out. Yeah, by the time this comes out, it will be out, so you'll all have seen it. But a fantastic comic book video that describes the story in a slightly different way to how it was written. And it's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. So that really, it again, I said, you know, we've mentioned Josiah and Pete and the people we work with, but Andy's and
Added
Chris
a lot as well.
and Chris Barris as well on the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the team we've got around us, it can't help but go wrong. It's great. But yeah, so yeah, we don't do anything, do we? We just
No,
turn up.
just hand it over to
But, yeah, Light the
Yeah.
Fuse, which is, you know, a bit of a rocker.
Yeah.
Great live song as well, but also got a massive chorus. It's going to get into people's ears. It's going to get you in the singles out.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the other songs on the album a little bit. I mean, you must have favorites on the album yourselves. I mean, Andy, what do you?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is really hard for me. I mean, and I try not to listen to the new stuff, you know, other than during the production process, you have to really go into the biggest detail of the songs, you know, listening to the mixes and listening to the masters and, you know, kind of giving sign off against the final versions and things. So actually I've used the last month or so to just have a bit detach a little bit from the album. So I'm actually looking forward to the CD drop in and actually kind of playing the final version, if you know what I mean. But
Okay.
but yeah, so you know, but there's some variation on there for sure, and I like that you know, kind of there's some songs with predominantly acoustic bass, you know, not too much drums. There's kind of like you say, out and out rockers, and there's a few, you know, very thought provoking lyrical kind of content as well, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I'd struggle to pick a favorite at the moment.
What about you, Russ?
It is hard, isn't it?
It is so hard because they've all got a different angle. There's so much dynamic on the album, you know. It's not just straight rockers, it's not just straight ballads. There's so much up and down and push and pull. I can't think. They're all my favorite. That is not just a cliche, you know, funny thing. But if I had to pick one, gun to my head, the one that I have never been so emotional about when I got into a studio and recorded, in fact, it made me cry, was Hawkmen Come.
Okay.
Purely because of what's behind it and what it's about. I can say what it's about. It's about the Russia-Ukraine war, and just the feel behind it. It's more of a hymn, but it really hit me. It hit me. I was emotional anyway in the studio because I was thinking about Dad a lot, and then the emotion of the song, and it gets me every time. It's hairs on the neck job. I can't wait to do that live.
Yeah.
Fred, what about you?
I think it is really difficult because like the guys have said, the songs are all so different. I think in terms of the most stirring song, then that is Hawkmen. It's a hymn basically, and just sort of hearing how it evolved and the vocal performance on it is phenomenal. So that's a big song. It's quite an emotional song, and it came from quite a deep place. So you know, the lyrics of that were were very thought out, and to hear it then interpreted in that way is emotional for me as well. So I love that. I love all of them. You know, we wrote all of them. Pick your favorite child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I hate all mine as equally, so yeah, they can all go.
Yeah.
And
You're
you
not
think,
selling yours though, are you?
no, you think we
Well,
had
if I sold my kids on eBay, they'd be bringing them back for asking for refunds. But moving on.
Moose was going to say something.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that we also, you know, we had 16 songs when we went
Right.
into the studio. So actually, so we were going through that kind of pick process the whole time. So and there's a couple of tracks that we've got in the can that aren't on the album that we might be able to do something with down the line as well. So so yeah, so it was thoroughly rewarding process, particularly as it accelerated towards the end. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking just off air a little bit, and the direction of the album is different to what has gone before, which is great because you're not trying to regurgitate everything that's gone before. You've moved on, you've evolved, you've grown,
Mm,
you
mm.
know, and that is just probably the best thing about the entire album because it is so fresh. I mean, yeah, I mean, Light the Fuse is probably a little bit AC/DC-ish. Then you've got A Walk With You, which is totally different again. Hawkmen again, Libertine, and Wells Run Dry. I couldn't pick a favorite off his album.
Yeah, that's good.
It's Love What You Got is another one. Yeah. Any album. Like I say, this is going to be the album of next year or this year, whenever this video comes out. We're recording this Christmas 23. For me, this is album of 24. Easy.
Yeah, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So what's next for you guys?
Oh, lots of, well, obviously the release of the album, which is, you know, a focus, and then we've got a big tour in March, which most people know about, the album launch tour. So we're out with Mike Ross Band.
Yep.
For that. So and we've got lots of festivals lined up, some of which have been announced already. So I can't remember which ones have. So
That's always the way, isn't it?
just name a few, Fred. It'll be fine. Nobody listens to this.
Call of the Wild's definitely been announced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got, and then we've got a lot of shows that we're not able to announce yet. So we know there's some places we wanted to get to in March that we couldn't, not through a fault or, you know, our fault, unfortunately. So we will be looking to get to those places later in the year.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be announcing that probably not too far into the future as well. But obviously the March run is our focus at the moment. And working the setup. So you know, we've obviously got to work out the whole new live set.
Yeah. Work out which songs to drop and which ones to slot in. So you know, and that's a challenge in itself. So
we need to keep beef jerky in because of when Layla's at festivals. Obviously, she's my left hand girl for getting up on stage. So.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other day. We said, "Oh, what song was it?" And she said it was beef jerky. And everybody said, "No, it wasn't." She said, "Yes, it was. Watch the video." So yes, she knows her stuff. I'm surprised she's not here.
Yeah, so I got that, and obviously we are already. Yeah, we never stop writing.
No.
So you know we're quite prolific, really. So already we start. You know, you got to start thinking about what we're going to do next. So we're going to have a very busy year. We got a lot to do, and we got a lot. You know, it's. I think we're kind of looking forward to writing together all at the same time. which we weren't able to do last time. So so I think that's going to be great. At some point this year, we'll we'll get into that again. And yeah, we enjoy that, the creation side as much as everything. But yeah, busy year.
Okay. Russ, are you going to keep those decorations on all year?
Well, yeah, for the rest of the year I will, yeah.
And next year?
Yeah.
And next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if we do an interview this time next year, I'll wear the
Right.
same outfit.
Yeah.
What do you mean if? I've still
Well, mate, we are probably going to have more than one interview next year. You know that, and you will also have a Sons of Liberty interview again, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is out on the internet. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the point, wasn't it?
Never live it down. People have been coming up to me and said, "We, you know, they were so sorry for me."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Have a taste of your own medicine.
Okay, guys, look, I've held you up enough for tonight. I'll let you go and eat, drink, and be merry. But
Yeah.
this
Thanks,
man with
Dave.
many hats. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Your dad's proud of you. You know that, don't you?
That's got to be 3 or 4 in this
Yeah.
in just a little short slot. Yeah.
Okay,
Very cool.
guys, I
Thanks for
wish
having
you
us,
all
mate.
the very best, and we will
Yeah.
speak again.
Yeah, cheers. Lovely to speak to you.
Cheers, Dave.